I had one client contact me and ask me how would how is she supposed to handle this coronavirus and not being able to go to therapy. And I was like, well, we're talking on the phone right now. That should be fine. And she said, that's not the same. I want to be able to talk to you so you can see me. And I said, we can do FaceTime if that will make it better. And she said, no, because, you seem to, whenever my body language is saying one thing and then my voice is saying another thing and my eyes are saying another thing, you seem to call me up on it and then connect everything and makes me understand what I've been doing and what I'm not doing and then have to make things right. But I can't get that anymore because I could just, and I was like, oh my goodness. So I was like, well, you might start trying to work on, you might start trying to work on the meditation that we've been working on. And the client goes, oh, how do I even start that? Because I'm not even sure how to start that because I feel like my mind is racing so much and there's so much I've been watching on the news and hearing people say and watching, sad people and people crying. And it just makes me, and I was like, oh my goodness. Okay, so here's the thing, what I shared. I shared with my client that it's best to start small. When I say start small in terms of the meditation, you don't have to do 20 minutes of meditation if you don't feel like you can do it. Okay? If you can't do it or you feel like you can't, that is fine. Nobody's going to force you. I mean, forcing yourself to sit there and meditate for 20 minutes and you realize that your mind is racing on a mile a minute on nonsense. And then when you're done, you beat yourself for spending all that time to sit there whilst your mind is racing. It's like, it's not helping you or anybody. Not at all. So, my thing is this. How about you take the time to ask yourself this question. What can I give myself? What time can I give myself to sit through meditation where I can honestly be able to focus on my breathing? I have some people that say, I can do 2 minutes. And I'm like, honey, that's wonderful. 2 minutes is good. I've had kids as little as 7 years old telling me they can't sit still because they've been diagnosed with, not being able to sit still. And I'm like, yes, you can. And they're like, but I can't. And when I put them through, they lasted for 12 minutes of being quiet. And I'm like, wait a minute. I thought this child just told me they have never been able to quiet their mind. So getting back to my client, I realized that it was important to bring her to a place where she can actually do it. So we talked and I said, okay, what time can you give yourself? Be honest, realistically, sorry. And she said, well, I guess I might be able to do 5 minutes. And I was like, are you asking me or are you telling me? And she goes, well, what do you mean? I'm like, okay, can you 5 minutes? Is that what you believe you can do or you're hoping that you can do 5 minutes? And she said, okay, fine, I'll be honest. And I said, what? She said, I might do 4, but I'm thinking I might be able to push myself to do 5. And I said, okay, thank you for being honest with yourself. You don't need to impress me. I'm already impressed with you that you want to do it anyways. So that's good enough. You need to affirm yourself. That's the most important thing. And she's like, okay, fine. I think I can do 4. If I get to 5, it'll be awesome. And I was like, okay. And I said, okay, what else do you think you can? And she said, I don't know. And I said, do you think you'll be able to handle guided meditation, or you can handle yourself? You don't need guided meditation. And you know what? She was very honest. She said, you know what? To keep me on track, I think I really would need a guided meditation because I'm not used to meditating. So it'll feel weird to me, and just sitting there and following my breathing, I might fall asleep. And so I think guided meditation will be better for me. And I said, good. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't be shy about it. Don't be embarrassed about it. It is what it is. So for those of you who want to try, it's important to be honest with yourself like that. Decide what you're going to do. And then, of course, there are some people who don't want to decide what they're going to do. They're just going to go into it as they should, and getting into it without having any expectation. And they find themselves doing more. I've had clients that have done that, and they impress themselves by the end of it, and they're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I lasted for 15 minutes. That's incredible. I can't believe I could do this. That's the beauty. So check with yourself. Be honest with yourself. What you can do and what you cannot do, and what you don't think is feasible for you. And it's not embarrassing. It is what it is. Okay? Use it to create what you need to create, and bring yourself to a place of peace, and find the moments that you're home pleasant. Mindfulness is such a crucial part of our whole human existence, because mindfulness allows you to really check in with you, not with anybody else but yourself. Once you can do that, you begin to find answers about yourself that you need to discover. Okay? And besides that, you start having a level of peace that you never thought you had. Because the chaos that's going out there right now, it's a doozy. So you need to find your center. Your center, when I say that, is your place of peace, your place of calm, your place of escape from the world, where you can go in and just know that all is well. Okay? Is that place that you can find your way of understanding the world. In more of if I'm coaching someone, the language I would use is, begin to connect with your soul, and allow your soul to teach you and show you what strength you have within you. Because your soul has unlimited amount of strength within you. But you can only discover that, you can only become aware of that if you quiet your mind, if you quiet the chatter, if you quiet all the noise. And the way to quiet the noise is to listen to how your body breathes in and out. Because once you do that, it's almost like you're giving your permission to your soul to tap into the calm that is had in you all along. Okay? And once you tap into that, you're endless. You are limitless. There's nothing that can harm you there. There's nothing that can take you down. And your soul will guide you with your peace. And once you find that, nothing can stop that. Okay? So that's why meditation is so crucial. meditation relaxes your body, your mind, your entire being, so that you can listen to your soul. I've had people ask me, how do I listen to my soul when I second guess myself all the time? Here's the thing. We say words like, my gut told me. Your gut is actually your soul. Your gut, that gut feeling you get, is your soul speaking to you. When you hear a word, a quiet, still voice within you, that is your soul telling you it's okay. We've got this. My greatness is within you. And trust this. The guidance will take you to a place of peace. Too often I have people ignoring themselves, ignoring their souls speaking to them. And it hurts when I hear people say that. And I'm like, wait a minute. Your soul has all the answers for you. Listen to it. You have people saying things like, oh, my gut told me I shouldn't have done it. I shouldn't have walked into that room, and I did, and I paid for it. And I'm like, why would you ignore the most precious gift you already have within you? That gives you all the warning and things, when you have to listen to. And they're like, I don't know. And I said, please, do me a favor. Listen to your soul. Listen to that gut feeling, because it never steers you wrong. It steers you right. When you second guess it and disregard it, you disregard yourself and betray yourself. And that is pain that you don't want. The most disappointing thing you can do for you is to ignore your soul. And I don't know how, but a lot of people have turned to ignoring their soul. But the strangest thing is, when we were born, we had that intuition so strong. I have no idea why or how people started making that transition to change and not listen to their soul. I remember growing up as little as, I think I was 8 years old when I started really listening to my soul. And that gut feeling, that still voice, that little voice that just speaks. And once I started listening to that, I disregarded all that was coming to me. And when I made up my mind that I was going to fight for me, I just went straight to fight for me. And I didn't care what the adults were saying to me or telling me not to do. And I remember one of the stories I was telling you in an earlier episode was that I would question everything because my soul was telling me, are you sure? Is what they're telling you the truth? Are you sure? Maybe you should ask more questions. Maybe you should see if this is true. Maybe you should. So I asked questions. And it bothered people around me. They were like, oh, you are so annoying. Because you know what? The answers I got, I wasn't satisfied. My soul was telling me, keep pressing. Keep pressing, keep asking, keep becoming more aware of what is going on. So listen to your soul. Listen to that still voice. Listen to that quiet voice that comes to you and say, it's okay. We've been through more stuff before. This is no different. You'll be able to get through this one too. And stay strong. Stay present. So the meditation is the most important thing you should try doing now. Spend time with you. Meditate. However long you can. It'll serve you right. And you would love it and love yourself more. And it'll bring more joy to you. It'll bring the calm. And the news that you're spending so much time watching will become just a side thing that you see once in a while. Just to get information, but not to soak it up. You become much more relaxed and not so nervous. Okay?